and welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, please like and subscribe. And I want to thank my new subscribers and welcome them to my little art family. So today we are doing a Kalour watercolor pencil swatch, and then I'm going to draw some basic shades and practice different blending techniques and just show different do's and don'ts and mistakes that I personally make. So I hope you guys enjoy and sit tight for the ride. So as you know, got my trusty jar. Unfortunately, oh, actually the sponge is actually stuck in there. I tried to stick this in there the other day because I swapped the sponges because I don't like when things develop an odor. So me and my paranoia, I just swap it every couple days and it would not stick in here. So I'm grateful it's sticking now. All right, so I just need to add some water. We're gonna put some water to this. I do need to swatch different types of or different light color pencils to achieve the color I'm looking for. So you'll be here for that. And we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun, and I hope everybody had a wonderful week. Mine was a little lot hectic. Definitely was not feeling the best. So, but it is flu season, so I'm just trying to avoid getting the flu. So here is my Kalour set. So far, my favorite pencils to play with is the Kalour, and as you can see, and it looks like this handle just came loose for some reason. As you can see, I've been playing with them. That's why there's some pencils missing in random places. Ooh, I did not mean to bump the cell phone stick, but anyways, I've been playing with this set. I really enjoy it, and I do want to show you guys how that's been coming along, because I'm pretty new to the whole watercolor blending thing, especially with the pencils. I don't typically color and stuff. So here is what I'm working on, right? This was my first attempt. I like how this came out. I have to work out what color I want to do for the shading to cast that shadow to kind of give it some depth. And these are ready to have color added to it and blend it, but there's more that I have to do in regards to that, and that will be a separate video. So, but today we are working on this. Alrighty, so let's break this bad boy open. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. And me and my brush, well, one of these days I'm gonna try a different type of brush. I mean, I have tried other brushes that came. I like this one the best, which is the number 8 by Hoo. I wish that would clear up because it's so blurry. Okay, perfect. So I like this number 8. This was my favorite one to use. And then I like this one, which is a 4. And I like it because of this tip. I like this for adding certain details to it. And then there's a super fine point one that I also enjoy. So I have a ton of them. And this brush right here, if the camera clears up at all, does it want to clear up? Are you gonna, nope, you're just gonna be blurry? Wow. All right, maybe it's too close. Yeah, it was too close. So this is by Tavalozi. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I wish you can see that better. I'm so sorry. But if I can find the link for these brushes, I will include them down below. I know for my Hoo brushes, they came with my Hoo watercolor set. Sorry, did not realize my card was in there. Wow, in the shot, no less. So yeah, gotta be more careful with that. But here are all my brushes. I'm typically better with that. So today's just been an off day for me. So this is my whole brush family, as you can see. Oh, and you see I was working with the Kalour pencils, so they're in the mix. And I've played with a few of these different types. I can say I'm not in love with these types, with the white bristled ones. They don't perform the same. I like the orange chips. They're softer. They're easier to use. And I like the results that I get. So I prefer the orange chips to the white tips. And of course, a Hoo is my favorite. So I'm going to put that back in there. And then let's get to some fun. Let's have some fun with this. All right, perfect. All right. Actually, let's put this somewhere a little bit more visible. All right. And this is, you know, these come like this. And this layout with the individual, you know, bands to keep it separate and neat and stuff like that. So let's see, what am I in the mood to play with color wise? I've been in this blue green kick, but let's change things up. Let's do some reds, oranges, and pinks. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna demonstrate some don'ts, then we're gonna go from there. And since I have ADD, welcome to my disorganized methods. Oh my gosh, and I didn't even get to show you guys this, and I'm not gonna unbox them just yet. I mean, I might have showed you, I don't know, but this is my Arteza set. Do I love it? You'll have to find out in another video. But it's beautifully packaged, that I can say. And again, stay tuned because a video for this is coming soon. Alrighty, so we're jumping into this. Let's take a nice dark color. And this is like a purplish red, but we are going to work with it. So, like if I was doing like a petal, I like to start very, very light until I know how I want what I'm drawing to like look and take form. And you know, sometimes it takes practice to kind of get them close in shape and just have some consistency with your methods, and don't get discouraged. And you know, like we all learn a different pace. Our methods are different, you know. There's no set guidelines for the process, I feel. I just feel like it comes with experience and what works for you. So don't get discouraged. I certainly don't, and I know I'm not like the best, you know, not by a long shot. So for me, when I color, I typically like to do the outermost parts, the darker colors, and then closer to the center, you know, in certain parts, I just pick and choose where I'm going to lighten it up. So again, that's going to be at like your discretion. And for me personally, I like to start off a little bit light because I want it to blend a certain way. So I start off a little bit light, you know, and then once I figure out where I would like the colors to go, that's when I kind of like go a little bit darker, you know. And I'm still figuring out how I prefer to color, because like I alternate between, you know, that circular motion and those short strokes. So again, it comes back down to what works for you. But when it comes to the tip of it, I like to darken that up some. And you know, because I'm going so light with it, I'm not like super stressed over the strokes, you know. That's gonna blend out wonderfully. I've done it already. So again, I'm not like super worried about it. And forgive me because I'm still recovering from not being well. So I apologize for my voice cracking, the gratuitous throat clearing, and allergies. You know, that is like nonstop. So even when I'm not sick, that annoying throat clearing thing happens. So I appreciate you for hanging in there. And then like again, I try to like keep it really soft around like where I plan to transition those colors, because I like to do that incorporate that new color and then blend it with what I already put down. Like just go back and just like gently and lightly color over that, you know, and then I just like how the end result looks as well. I like how the colors just play together. But again, so far my favorite set is the Kalour. They are winning in my heart. I never sink. I'm sorry, I'm listening to My Chemical Romance. And it's hard not to sing along with some of these songs because, oh my God, this is my childhood. All right, so here we go. And I personally just keep going until it looks right to me. Again, you just gotta like feel it out. You just gotta feel it out, man. Don't be afraid to color. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and get messy. That's what makes the whole process fun, the mistakes. And then you get to a point where you look back and you're like, oh my God, I remember when I didn't know what I was doing at all. And now look at me now. So I like those moments personally. I've found a way to enjoy those moments because I do like to just be inherently good at things, but that's just not really realistic in life. Not everything is just going to come naturally to us. And some things do just require skill, you know, some training and, you know, practice. So, but you don't get discouraged. You just get right back up on that horse and you keep going. Here we go. And I really wanted to do some coloring on camera anyways, so you guys can get a feel for this. And then see how I kind of left that like not super dark, very light. Watch how we're going to have fun with this. I wish we had like a more yellow orange because I think that'd be beautiful. Let me see if I can find like a, you know what? I kind of want to find like a peach, to be honest with you, but if I can't, I'm cool with pink. Honestly, I think I might just do pink regardless. You know, let's do that. Let's do that. And so I don't really think we have a peach, to be honest with you, but I'm going to do... No, that is not what I'm looking for. See, the body of these pencils are so different from the tip. You got to pay attention to that because it would totally jam you up. We're going to do bright yellow. Oh my God, I think that's going to be so pretty. Flash deep. No, flash deep. You know what? Let's go with this too. We'll see where this ride takes us. All right. So then I like to go in here with my lighter colors. Just put a pop of that in there, just coloring very, very lightly. And then, you know, I like to bring it up a little bit. Just a little bit into that other color. And then add a little bit of this flesh color here. So we have like a peachy yellow color. And then really go through it and just add that color. I know everybody colors differently, and I don't know how my methods are going to evolve as I become more confident with these mediums. But you know, you'll be on this journey with me, so you'll see how it evolves. All right, so I do want to add some of this in here. And you know, when we add that water, we're going to start from here and blend our way upward because we don't want too much of this bright color mixed in down here. And then just a pop of pink. There's just a certain look I have in my head, and I know it's probably like, oh my God, you're adding so many colors. But, you know, it's gonna look so pretty when it's done, you know? And that's what I'm here for, that aftermath. Now, every color I'm adding, I'm going very light and just building up because I don't want to bruise the paper or cause any pilling. And I definitely want it to blend smoothly. When you press too hard, you have a harder time at blending all those colors together. So keep that in mind as you are playing with your watercolor pencils. Let's see here. Alright. Alright. I think we are good. I just want to go a little bit darker here. Alright. But was it I must? Alright, let me not sing that on here because I don't want my video flag. Alright, awesome. I don't know, look at all these pencils that we used for this little petal here. Oh god. And then like if you wanted to do like other shapes, like maybe a square. And you kind of wanted to do something similar, make sure you have like a good size, right? And then what I like to do, and it depends on the shape, how I like choose to make my strokes with the pencil and lay out that color. Now, in this same square, I will show you some don'ts, okay? Actually, no, I'm not going to do it in this square. I'll do that in a separate one so you can see the difference. Because I already had like in my mind how I wanted to do this square. And I don't like to go against the vision. So the corners that you want to be more pronounced, I would recommend kind of like making that a little bit more darker. Depends on how you want the object in question to look, where you want the eyes drawn, where you want the shadows to lay, the transitional colors. You know, you just literally got to like map that out in your head. And again, playing with the pencils, getting a feel for how they blend, how they function, definitely makes a difference. It's so hard to not sing this song. Oh my god. And then since it is a square, you have to be a little bit more mindful about color placement and how dark you're making things, especially if you're trying to do sorry, excuse me, that starburst effect we were talking about earlier. And again, you want to soften it up as we're nearing that center. And then I like to go in with that lighter color. Here we go. got our orange in there. It's very, very light. But that's kind of what we want. At least that's what I want. I can't speak for everybody. Now, we have this flush tone. And that I like to just gently blend into the center to add to that bright color. And then just go around so that way when I do begin to blend, you know, it blends a little bit better, a little bit smoother. And I feel like you gotta learn how to blend like different shapes because you can't blend them all the same. The change of the shape kind of makes it difficult for you to apply the same method. Now, if I had this bright color closer to here, I totally could blend it like how I plan to blend this, but it's closer to the center, so you'll see how it comes out. I might like it, I might not, who knows? That's part of the fun. Just a smudge of that. Here we go. And just don't want to darken that up too much. Now with this, I don't think we're gonna be able to get as intense with this. But I believe we got most of the colors in here, if not all. So, right. And I told you I was going to show you some don'ts and why you don't want to do it. So, we're going to do another square. Okay. Now, I personally, when I typically do shapes, I like to go in very light until I get a feel for the proportions. But this is going to be our do not do square, okay? So let's say you are coloring this in to blend it. There's some things you just don't want to do. So for one, you don't want to go in applying as hard as possible. You see how hard I'm applying this? You don't want to do this. And I will show you why when it comes time to blend. And then end up like, and then you start off strong like that, and 9 times out of 10 you're bruising the paper, and when you apply that water, you're going to see such a huge difference between how it blends. And sometimes when you apply pressure like that, and it shows up this dark underneath the blending, you know, it doesn't go away. So I try to avoid that. You know, so, and that is that as hard as I could without breaking it? Yeah. That's as hard as I could press, because I definitely don't like breaking my pencil point. It's like annoying to me. It's like a weird irritant. And then like, let's say we went in with like another dark color over here, right? It's just as dark as we can. Just get that color in there, you know? And then let's get another color. We're just gonna do that dark diagonal because I definitely want to illustrate a point here. And we're just gonna really grind that in there. This is just not the way you want to do it. But again, this is just for you know, just to show you guys. This is for teaching purposes. Oh, my back. Oh. Never get old, guys. Never get old. And I'm not even old. I feel old. Alright, so yes, I'm using what's left of my bottled water for this. Alright, so here we go. Alright, 24 minutes. This is going to be a long-ish video. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and just being here today. So I don't have paper towels, so I typically swatch on the back of my hand. Alright, so this is the don't box, alright? And I'm just going to show you how this is going to blend. So You see how that's just like bold there and it's not really blending out at all? Like I have to like really blend to like fade that out. And these pencils are fantastic because that typically doesn't work like that. But you want to avoid doing that because you'll see that there is a difference between how the lighter parts that we blended activate with the water versus the darker parts. I will say these Kalour watercolor pencils are much better than I gave them credit for, because I can't do that with most like watercolor pencils. It will not blend out like that. So kudos on that. So yeah, like I said, you just want to avoid like applying too much pressure when you're coloring in, when you're doing your shadings and stuff like that. Now for the square, we're going to start at the lightest part and we're going to move to the darker part, okay? So and this is how I personally like to blend. And then you could just like smooth it out. And this is why it's important to like make sure you have enough water on your brushes, because you can end up with a situation like this. But I don't like to over blend the center part because I like it to show that contrast of the colors I've added. So yeah. And then if you feel like something's a little too opaque, you're not opaque, translucent, like it didn't do what you thought it was gonna do, I really just grab a pencil, dip it in water, and just lightly blend in the parts that should have been, you know, more vibrant. And then, you know, you just go back in with a brush and you just spread it around some. Ooh, this is not doing it the same. Alright, so that's the difference. With Kalour, you can like use the brush to like spread it around more evenly. Well, you can't do that here. Alright, I learned something valuable. But let's just devil's advocate this. This didn't come out as well as I would like it to. It's okay. This didn't come out as well as I would like it to. That's cool. It happens like that. Sometimes you'll love it, sometimes you'll hate it. And that's okay. Now, I might switch brushes because it might be the brush tip. Because I need the right amount of water on here so this doesn't get ruined. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is coming out better. Much better. Okay, I like how those came out a little bit better. And it's gonna just improve the more I play around with this. Some things, like I said, it just takes practice. And then just gently distribute that color. This is what I kind of do when I don't want to disturb the color placement too much, just gently pat it in. And it makes such like a pretty like watercolor effect to it. You know what? I feel like it's crazy how different each like art supply performs. Yeah, that came out much better. I like how the petal came out, but I've been practicing with petal shapes more than the square. So like it kind of makes sense that that kind of happened like that. Now I gotta wait for these tips to dry. And just kind of like add that extra effect to it. And you can get brave, you know? Play around with it, have fun. It's the only way we're gonna get better. Yeah, without disturbing it too much. And be mindful how much water you apply, because as you can see, it's way too much water here, but it's still gonna be okay and it's gonna dry beautifully. So that's all that matters. Now let's activate this. Now for this, what we're gonna do is the left side is gonna be dry, the right side is gonna be wet. So you can see the difference between its regular state versus its water activated state. And I do need to rust these pencils down so they can dry proper. Oh, and some of the colors got mixed on here because I need to be more careful. So here, let's rest that down to the side. And guys, these pencils feel amazing in hand. They just feel absolutely wonderful. They feel like quality, you know. It's got a nice feel to it. And to be honest with you, I feel like pink would marry those colors. That's the thing, like for me too, like I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, I could fix this. Oh my god, I could fix that, you know? So I'm gonna find like my middle ground, my little happy medium here. Just pop in that color. Okay. I like this better. Okay. That works for me. Okay, and you know what? This is a drastic contrast, but I'm okay with it. Typically, it's better blended, but it's okay. We're just doing this video just so you guys get a feel for it, and just so I can show my new techniques that I learned. I really feel like I would have had to take this orange to blend into that yellow to like mellow it out. Oh my god, I gotta stop singing this. We're gonna count ask somebody before we mess it up because I like that. Believe it or not. Alright, anywho's. on to the business that needs doing. So, boop. And then I know personally I gotta stop holding the brush like it's a pencil so I can have like better control and like flexibility and movement. Like I'm literally critiquing myself as I'm doing this because like I know how I'm messing up and I'm trying to like correct it. It's just like bad habits I have to break out of. And I think the Eagles might win the game tonight, y'all. Yes, I'm an Eagles supporter. And I was afraid to be super confident, but it looks like we got this game in the bag. That one had way too much water to it. And that's the thing, like, you're gonna hear me just like criticize myself or grading myself as I'm going along. Yes, I'm still watching. How rude. Alright, reduce that water. Oh, I'm not trying myself, but I'm working on. Yeah, I have to get better with how much work, and I feel like I'm adding like either too little or too much. There's definitely an art to this, and I will figure out that medium. See, and now it's too little. See, I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. It's a trick to it. See, too much water. Yeah, this is not working out the best for me. Because, like, I'll take out a lot of the water. Like, if you can see the back of my hand, it's, like, drenched. And it just doesn't matter. Let's see. Let's go much less now. It's, like, pretty much dry at this point. Okay, this came out a little bit better. Okay, I like that better. And then I guess I'll show you guys wet on wet technique. I mean, you kind of already saw it when I was, you know, trying to find like that transitional color to marry the different tones in the objects. So you kind of already saw that. Oh no, not really, because I hadn't wet the, yeah, no, you kind of did. Because the paper was already wet when I wet those pencils and applied it. You know what, tonight might be the night I try a different type of brush. Now this one was a moderate amount of water. Not too much, not too little, but I have to play around with these, y'all, just to get more comfortable with it. I'm so glad this watch is waterproof. Okay. Not a lot of pooling, so y'all, I'm slowly getting better. Y'all are watching progress right now. water, cause my lips are activated. Okay, let me stop. Come on. And we're almost done with the swatch. I think we're doing good today, y'all. I'm proud of us. Here we go. Oh, this was not the best blend. I mean, it's not terrible, right? But you can see where I applied too much water, because you see how that's like translucent and the rest of this is like more opaque. So you can see where I'm making my mistakes. Don't repeat my mistakes. I think I need to, I might have to put my glasses on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like it. And then I gotta like not be overzealous and overblend with the water, because that is also a problem. It's like I listened to all these songs when I was a kid and I have to like fight the urge to like belt out tunes. Oh my god. Yeah, I just feel like the color morphs are like winning in my book. They were like perfect. And I feel like now all color pencils are made equal and they all operate so different. Like, I know it's the same concept, but on paper, it's like night and day. Cause like if I show you guys my color morph swatch again, which I will before like I'm done recording, so you can just see like the difference in quality. And I have to finish my Arteza swatch for that video, and I can tell you guys my thoughts. Oh, I might have to hit pause on this song. Oh my god. Okay, perfect. Okay. I had to like make sure my phone was fully charged. Like the last time I was doing a video, like my phone just died like mid record and I was like horrified. Cause like when you have ADD, it's like hard to like focus and remember certain things. So when your task is interrupted, you have to like keep remind, at least I can't speak for everybody, but for me I have to keep reminding myself, hey, we have to do this, hey, we have to do this, hey, we have to do this. Also my brain's like, ooh, new object, ooh, it's like new task, or we could do this or we could do that. Like I remember one time I went to shower and I realized, you know, and like it's a shared bathroom here, so I went to use the bathroom and I was like, oh my gosh, the sink needs to be clean. So I'm mid getting undressed to get in the shower and I noticed the sink could use some cleaning. So I literally start cleaning the bathroom, clean the sink. And I said, well, I can't clean the sink without scrubbing the toilet. Clean the toilet. I can't scrub the toilet without cleaning out the tub, scrubbing out the bathroom. I'm stark naked, you know, completely forgot that I'm in there to shower and I'm deep cleaning the bathroom naked. So fun times. it's like when I go to do certain tasks, it's like, you know, it's like pulling on that sweater string. It's just gonna unravel everything. Like one thing turns into a million things. And then like, you know, I remember when I had my own apartment, like I would start doing the dishes in the kitchen, finish the dishes, And I'd be like, wait a minute, I didn't sweep the bathroom floor. And then I would sweep the bathroom floor and I'd be like, oh my gosh, but I also need to finish sweeping the living room floor. And I go to the living room and then I'll be in the living room. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should dust all these surfaces. So it's like pulling on a sweater string for me. I mean, the whole house will get clean. It's just I will literally be hopping around. It's like impossible for me to just stay in one room and see that through to the end unless I'm like hyper focused or I'm like unable to just walk around freely and just do random tasks as they pop in my head. I love this. I'm always in love with like reds. I love reds because like red's my favorite color. So it stands to reason I'm a little partial. So, and if you guys can relate with the attention issues, you know, share your experiences down below. And if you guys are also struggling with watercolor mediums, do share. You're not alone. As you can see, this is like very hit or miss, but I will get better. I know it. And I'm excited to see how I progress. Okay. And then the last piece of the puzzle, this big beautiful bar here, also known as the big bar. All right, let's do it. So y'all know me, I prefer to start light and go dark. So we're just going to, actually I feel like I need to give myself more freedom to move. See that? Almost a perfect transition. I don't want to like go back over too much because it will get more choppy the more you play around with it. And I don't know if this is just like something just unique to like cheaper pencils where you can't really go back over it and blend, or else it just like messes with the quality of the look. It just gets real streaky after a while. Oh, this isn't doing too bad. Yeah, see that? It just starts to get like crazy after a while. So I'm gonna leave it. So that is the color swatch demonstration, do's and don'ts, how I've learned to blend. And I'm getting better. These are just blending techniques I personally need to improve upon to achieve the results that I want. And so this is the Kalour swatch and blend, which again I don't think came out terrible, but I can definitely see where I need more work. And let's see, that's Arteza, but I didn't do that on camera, so that's gonna be a separate video. Well, these are the Kalours. These were some earlier attempts because again I practice a lot in my free time, earlier attempts. So I do feel like I came a long way, you know, that short bit of time. But again, Kalours. I'm sorry, and that's my blue proof sheet. Kalours, right? First attempt on this page, second attempt, and these I have to put water to. And then these are the colors I wrote down that created these effects. And this is kind of like what I was going for here, but it didn't quite work out the same. And again, that's why I say like you have to gauge each color pencil set that you get, watercolor pencil set you get, because they most certainly do not perform the same. They're not identical. It's like jumping from Latin to Japanese, how I feel like the differences are, because I literally can do what I did on this page with the Kalours and get a more blended, deliberate look versus this harsh contrast here. You know, like you see how this like goes from that yellowish green up to the blue, and this is like, what's that, 5 or 6 different colors here to make that effect. Even with these, even when I was like just laying down the shading and coloring for this, to me it was just a better experience. Like I can layer the colors a lot better, more evenly. And I feel like it was a little bit more difficult to layer the colors here in this picture. And even with these Artezes, I found it a little bit difficult to layer certain shades and even like blend it out. But again, this is going to be a different video where I show you guys from start to finish. But yeah, so that concludes our Kalour watercolor pencil swatch and chat session, because I definitely talked you guys here off. Now this definitely needs to dry because it's still very wet, and I can tell there's going to be that weird watermark look for this one because of the way it's drying. I just know that some of these are going to dry really weird. I just know it because of the way I placed the water and the way like I did the strokes as I was incorporating the water. So it is what it is. I'm going to draw pictures with the Kalour watercolor pencils, and then work on blending that, kind of like what I'm doing with the Colormores, and then record that one and post that video. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. I hope that you guys all continue on your art journey, and I hope you share that with me. I would love to see what everyone's working on and the progress you guys are all making. And if you liked it, hit that like button and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will be posting another video this week, so stay tuned for that. And I do have to do another short because I would like to do some unboxing videos. So yay. Well, y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.